Here's something nobody ever told you. Those habits that make you feel like you're kind of a disaster, like the overthinking at 2 a.m. or the boredom that hits 10 minutes into any task, those are not personality flaws. Those might be signs that your brain is running at a level most people around you simply don't. Today we're looking at 5 signs just like those, signs that science says are actually indicators that you're way smarter than you think. And the research on this is genuinely wild, so by the time you finish this video, you're going to look back at some of your worst habits and see them in a completely different light. Let's get into the first sign, and this one might completely change how you see yourself. Number 1, you get bored way faster than everyone else. And not slightly bored, I mean aggressively, painfully bored. The kind of bored where a simple task feels like a physical challenge just to get through. And you've probably been told that's a focus problem or a discipline problem or just you being difficult. But here's what's actually going on inside your brain. Your processing speed is finishing the task before you even realize it. And then it starts looking around for something more interesting to do because it has nothing left to work on. Researchers call this low tolerance for cognitive understimulation, and it's directly associated with faster neural processing. Here's a way to think about it. Imagine putting a sports car on a road with a speed limit of 20 miles per hour. The car isn't broken, the road is just too slow for it. Now, what's interesting, and this is the part most people skip over, is that this same boredom is what pushes higher IQ individuals to seek complexity, to ask better questions, and to find solutions in places others stopped looking. So next time your brain checks out of something basic, don't fight it. It's already finished. And what comes next on this list is something you've probably never connected to intelligence before, but once you hear it, you won't be able to unhear it. Number 2. You talk to yourself out loud. Maybe in the car, maybe while you're cooking, maybe, and this is the embarrassing one, in public. And before you start sweating out of shame, pay attention to this. A study from Bangor University found that people who verbalize their thoughts out loud consistently perform better on complex tasks and maintain sharper focus under pressure. What's happening is your brain is using your own voice as an external processing tool. Think of it like opening a second window on a computer when the first one is running too many tabs. The extra channel helps manage the load. The reason nobody told you this was a good thing is because it looks weird from the outside, but from the inside, your brain is quietly optimizing. And if you think that's interesting, wait until you hear the third sign, because this one tends to hit people the hardest. Number 3, you're deeply uncomfortable when things don't make sense. And trust me, this one is crazy. You notice the gap in someone's story. You catch the inconsistency in an explanation. You can't let a flawed argument go even when everyone else already moved on. And people have probably told you to stop overthinking it, to just let things go, to not make everything so complicated. Here's the thing though, what they're calling overthinking is actually your brain doing something called active pattern rejection, the automatic refusal to accept information that doesn't hold together logically. Research consistently links this trait with higher analytical intelligence. Most brains are wired to fill in the gaps and move on to save energy. Yours refuses to fill them in until the logic actually checks out. That's not a social flaw, that's precision. And yeah, there's a frustrating part, and is that it makes certain conversations exhausting. But the useful part, and this is the kicker, is that it's exactly the mechanism behind catching mistakes others miss, solving problems others gave up on, and questioning assumptions others never even noticed. Hold on to that, because number 4 connects to this in a way you won't expect. Number 4, you have a strange relationship with sleep. You know the feeling, you're tired, you get into bed, and then your brain decides now is a great time to connect 3 unrelated ideas from the past week, and suddenly you have a thought you need to write down. Studies have linked higher intelligence with non-standard sleep patterns, and the reason is actually quite logical. Your brain doesn't stop consolidating information on a schedule, it finishes when it finishes. Late at night, when the noise of the day is gone, your brain starts making connections it didn't have space for earlier. That's not insomnia, that's your neural network doing its best work in the quiet. And you already know the bad news. Mornings are going to be rough, but here's the good news, and it's worth it. Some of your most interesting ideas, your clearest insights, your unexpected solutions, they're going to come from exactly those moments. And that leads perfectly into number 5, which is honestly the most surprising one on this list. Number 5, you second guess yourself constantly. This is the big one, and here's why it matters. Most people assume intelligence and confidence travel together. The smarter you are, the more certain you feel. But the research says the exact opposite. The concept is called metacognition, your brain's ability to evaluate its own thinking. And the more developed that ability is, the more clearly you see the gaps in your own knowledge. Psychologists describe it as the Dunning-Kruger effect in reverse. People who know less tend to feel more certain because they don't yet know enough to see what they're missing. People who know more feel the weight of everything still unresolved. So when you leave a conversation replaying what you said or second-guess a decision you already made, that's not weakness. That's a brain that holds itself to a genuinely high standard, which, when you think about it, is its own kind of intelligence. You have to know this, though. None of this means you're better than anyone else. It means your brain is wired differently, and once you understand how, you stop fighting it and start working with it. Now, if any of this explains something about yourself, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out this video right here about 7 habits you have to delete before people stop respecting you. I'll see you there.